So before we get into today's video, guys, I just want to say Merry Christmas and thank you to everybody that has subscribed, liked, commented, got involved in the channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So Merry Christmas from us, from Grumps. Anything you want to say?
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Let's get into today's video.
Tonight,
So guys, you join us all in the office. We've got Charlie, we've got Bob, we've got Nia, we've got Maddie, and we are all getting ready for Christmas, aren't we? What did you ask Father Christmas for?
I asked for a hoverboard.
Oh, he hasn't got any left. He did text me. He's out of hoverboards. What else? Broccoli growing set. That's what you wanted,
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
No?
I wanted a new dad. That's what I wanted.
Mrs. Claus is working on that one. You have to ask your mother for that one. So this feels a little bit like story time, but to know where we are now, we have to go back to the start, where I was sat on 2 chairs in an empty room with an idea of Bespoke Cars Bournemouth. And through hard work on my behalf, on my other half, she was fundamental in setting all this up. So if you look what this room looked like, what we've got today, it's amazing. It literally, I'm super proud of the work that we put into this room and into getting this far. And in that first video, when we went through the costs and we had to get insurance, and insurance ended up being £2,600 a year for 5 cars, nothing over the value of £20,000. And we registered the business owned company house, and we just muddled our way through to get to a point now where we have a website, we've sold a couple of cars, and I want to come back to that later on as we go through. But in that first video, just sat there with a dream on some old seats to now, right now I feel like we've got something, and that 2025 is going to be, it's going to be hard work, it's going to be difficult, but I think it's going to be fun, it's going to be a journey, and you guys can come along with us. If you hit that subscribe button, turn on notification, you will be able to see all the mistakes that I make, all the journey that we go through, the ups, the downs, the months where are we going to make rent. I have got a plan. If I don't sell any cars, Deliveroo. You'll see me if you need me to deliver. I'm there. So, without joking around, let's have a look back at what happened in the last 2 months. So before we get into the business side and the struggles and the setup, I thought we'd run through the cars because that's the fun part of selling cars. So the journey started 2 months ago with a £180 Audi A3. £180, 77,000 miles, 15 days left on the MOT, and I drove that car around for 14 days. No issues other than that the brakes were a little bit shot, and I sent it in for the MOT. It failed the MOT, all 4 tyres, front brake, pads and discs needed doing. So I did that. £530 later, I think I'm onto an absolute winner. The car sells for £2.5 grand. I'm £700 in the car, or there or thereabouts. So I've hit the jackpot. Car number 1, we're going to make a decent margin, and everything. This is going to be my life now. Wow. Then that car broke down on the morning that somebody was supposed to come and see it. Become unsellable. It's now gone to the workshop. It's been there for 3 weeks. We sent the ABS module off to ECU testing. That passed. It's the actual pump. They used to sell a kit to refurb it. They no longer do. So we've had to get another pump, and now we're going to have to merge the 2 together. I think it's a bit of a fiddly job, which is why the workshop are trying to focus on other stuff rather than that and getting a quiet day. When they get a quiet day, they'll do that one. But that's car sales. Sometimes you get cars that come in and go out. Sometimes you get cars that they just get stuck with you, and it's just a bit of a faff. the most annoying thing with that car, everybody wants to buy it. Everybody wants to buy a £2,500, 77,000 mile, new MOT'd Audi A3. So as soon as it's done, it will be gone. But for now, that is literally sat as a PR marketing at the workshop. Then the second car that we bought was the Scenic. Now, that was so cheap purely on the basis that we paid scrap money for it. It wasn't there was nothing wrong with the car. It just wasn't a desirable car. It had 100,000 miles on it. But when I started to prepare the car, I saw that the tyres had all been replaced and the brakes had been done and the cam belt had done. So it was a really good car. So we cleaned it up, sold it on quite quickly. Nice little £700-800 earner into the pot. We're moving along. This is back on track, shall we say. Then from there, I bought the Capture, and I thought this was going to be another easy sell. I paid £2,500 for the car, did some glow plugs on it. I think it was $250. I can't remember the exact price on that, and drove it around. The boys borrowed the car and drove it 250 miles to Barnstable to pick up another car. So it had a 6-hour in one day drive. No faults, no issues. What an amazing car. It is 0 road tax, 70 mpg. It's £3,500. It's a 14 plate. Everything on that car screams, you should buy this car, but nobody wants it. And look who's turned up to cause mischief.
And look who came up to cause some mischief.
So, a lot of you guys have said it's the pictures that are not brilliant in my ads. So yesterday I drove around and I took some different pictures in some different places to see if we could find a place where we could get some really decent pictures. Here's picture 1, over her face. Here's picture 2, over her face again. Okay, over my face. And here's picture 3, we'll put it right there. So you guys pick picture 1, picture 2, or picture 3, and let me know in the comments. So the A3, headache. The Scenic sold easy. The Capture, not a headache, but just not selling, not getting any interest. And then I bought the Mazda. And I bought the Mazda. I'd never normally buy a performance car to sell, purely because if anything goes wrong, it's expensive. But this one had everything done pretty much. It was as close to a perfect car mechanically and maintained as you're going to get. So it was worth the risk. I spent the whole day painting the wheels back up and cleaning it up and polishing it. And in the end, I think that car came out great. So if you want to watch that last video, that was last week's. And that car sold the next day. I wanted to sell it for £3,500, but it sold for £3,000 the next day. There was a few bits that the guy wanted to get sorted out on the car, which as a car guy, completely understood. I made a quick £1,500. He got the car at the right price. Thank you, YouTube, for sending this to me. And he got the car at the right price. So it was the perfect deal. Nice sale. Back on track. And there's a bit of a theme here, actually. And the next car that I bought, which will be in next week's video, I got scammed on by the old lady. And I'm not going to say any more on how I got scammed by an old lady, because it'll be in the next video. But I definitely got... How did I get scammed? So she now knows how I got scammed. But that'll be in the next video. So let's have a look at some of the hurdles that I've had over the last 2 months. 2 months it has taken to get to this point, and where we started, I gave my notice. I came home that night and I googled how to set up a business. I went on ChatGPT, and that, for anybody that's not using it, it is a game changer in terms of writing adverts, in terms of questions. It is brilliant. So we came up with the name Bespoke Cars Bournemouth. I registered it on Company's House. I got a Squarespace website. We then started to work through getting a Instagram, Facebook, getting everything set up that a business would have. And that was quite simple, and it was quite easy. And at this point, my naivety, I was like, let's jump on to Motorway, Car Wow. Let's get set up with these guys as well. But they want a minimum of 6 months business to be set up for at least 6 months. They also want to check your social media presence, make sure you're an actual business. And I didn't have any Instagram set up. I wasn't even registered on Google. My naivety, I didn't even know that you had to set up on Google a business a business account. So once I'd done, Motorway came back and said no. Carwow said no. I then registered with Google. I set up the Instagram, and now for the next few months until April, I'm just going to be trying to grow the business out there online, an online presence, a digital presence, focusing on reviews, focusing on getting the business there. So when that day does come around, we will be able to buy it. But we can't, time's running out, we can't just do nothing. So we reached out to BCA and they said, you can't register because you don't have a business bank account. Could have set up as a sole trader, I've now found out after, but at that time we had no idea. So we then jumped through all the hoops to get a business bank account, finally got one with Virgin Money, so now we have a bank account. Went back to BCA, that took them 2 weeks. But we're finally set up on BCA, so we can now, into January, look to buy cars from BCA. But also, in the last week, somebody reached out to me and they've got a AI app that basically whenever anybody lists a car on Facebook, Gumtree, Auto Trader, you get a WhatsApp of that car, and there's a lot of traders coming up, but you can set your margins. It gives you an Auto Trader valuation, it gives you a simple HPI. That looks to be a really, really great app. So if I can buy a couple of cars off there, that might save me having to go to BCA. And actually, if you're buying from private sellers, you can go there, you can inspect the car, you can plug it in, you can get a better car, in my opinion. But we'll see how that plays out. That'll be in a later video. But we are now set up with BCA going into January. Now, another issue I have is cash flow, is money. But I didn't just leave my job knowing I had no money. I have got about 30 grand that I can cash out and put into the business in January. So we will have 30 grand to play with in terms of money, because obviously how easy it's been to have 2.5 grand locked in the Audi A3 that I can't get out, 3.5 grand locked in the Capture that I can't get out, and 1,500 quid in the Fiat 500, which is next week's video that I got scammed on. That probably won't be ready before Christmas as well. So how quickly money got sucked in that I can't get out again. So making sure that you turn in stock is key in car sales, and sometimes you get stuck. So a bit of cash on the back pocket is definitely going to help us. So doors getting closed, we're going to have to wait and we're going to open them. Setting everything up, I feel like we've set up most of the things now. The website still needs a lot of work, and next week I'm going to be going onto the website and spending a lot more time setting that up. Still haven't got a printer, still haven't got cleaning equipment. I bought a Auto Glim kit from a friend the other day, so I've got some more cleaning stuff to kind of focus on that. But it's just so expensive, and it's Christmas. But I think moving into January, we'll obviously have the cash injection, which will give us the opportunity to definitely bid on BCA, to definitely use this app to see if we can get some private cars, and things are looking promising. So to summarise, it's been a long 2 months, but it's gone like that. We've had some setbacks, we've had some breakdowns, we've had some issues, but you guys have been super supportive through all of it. You guys have commented, gave me advice, gave me recommendations, and I'm really thankful for that. And into 2025, I know that I can count on a lot of you guys to keep motivating me, because some days when you've got a broken car and nothing selling, you've had no messages, just to get up and want to go again, it's quite difficult. But to know that you guys are there backing me, backing us, and backing everything we do really does help. So 2 months has gone so fast. The next 6 weeks are going to be a challenge, but I'm hopeful, I'm thankful, and I'm excited. So Christmas is going to be good. I hope you enjoy your Christmas. Should be one more video before Christmas, which will be the Fiat 500, and then I'll take a little break, and then I'll see you guys in the new year. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bob, anything?
Merry Christmas.
I agree. Merry Christmas, guys.